Hi everyone, Angela here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch another video. I actually had some different videos that I was going to put up this week, but I think this is a time that I should actually sit down and just talk. Right now, we are experiencing the aftermath of the murder of George Floyd, and it's stirred up a lot of controversy in the world. And I just wanted to hop on here and talk about what's happening here. This is a time for us to all stand up and stand together to stop an issue, a problem in the Black community. I don't really talk about race a lot because it makes me uncomfortable. Not because it's not something that I don't believe in or something that I don't stand behind. It's because it makes me uncomfortable to have conversations with other people that aren't going to understand what it's like to be Black in America. It's just a very difficult subject. I grew up in a blessed life, okay? And I'm not going to take that for granted, but that doesn't mean that racism isn't a problem. Like, it doesn't mean that I wasn't affected by it. Yesterday, I made a video, which you started off watching, and then when I was editing it, it didn't feel right. So I'm going to butt in here about my video, and I'm going to share a story with you. Now, I feel compelled to share my story so that people can kind of understand that these things happen frequently. Just because it's not showing up in the news or whatever on your news feed doesn't mean that it's not happening. And I feel compelled to speak because we are having a moment. We should all be equal. We should be able to walk, to go out and exercise, to be pulled over by a cop without fearing for our lives, okay? And it's an issue for Black men, Black women. It's an issue for our children, and it's just something that we need to pay attention to. This is not just an issue that happens last week. This is an issue that we have dealt with forever. And we just need to be able to move past it. When it comes to the whole Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter, yes, all lives do matter. And I stand behind that. But Black lives do matter too. And this is an issue in our community that needs attention brought to it. Right now, we are having a moment. We are having a discussion about what is happening in the African American community. And I feel a responsibility to speak up and to say something, because a lot of people come to my feed, come to my channel for motivation and inspiration and all of those things. I've shared my weight loss story with people. I've shown people how I've changed my life. And I step on stages across the United States to share my story of living a better life and being a better person. And that's ultimately what I am about. So I feel compelled to share these stories. You know, last year when I was training for my marathon, I was 8 miles into a 14-mile run. I was in a neighborhood that I grew up in, a place where I live and now pay taxes for. And I was stopped by a cop. Obviously, y'all see my pictures when I'm out running. I have a lot of stuff. I have an orange mud vest on. I have knee-high socks and all those things. I was stopped by a cop to ask what I was doing. I was told to sit down on the curb while he wouldn't check me out. Like, that's not right. Those things shouldn't happen. You know, like, I should be able to go run in my neighborhood and not have to worry about that because I looked suspicious. And I had other friends that were running in the neighborhood that I know that did not happen to. Just a couple of blocks away from me. I saw them, I waved, I did all that, and the next thing you know, I'm getting stopped by a cop because I look suspicious. And I hate to say that that wasn't the first time that happened to me. But the thing is that we have to share our stories of what racial profiling is and all of this. Like, it's not enough to sit there and to just say, oh, well, that happened to that person. That doesn't mean that it happens all the time. Remaining neutral isn't an answer. Remaining neutral and turning a blind eye to these things isn't okay. I shared on my Facebook earlier about the numerous times that I was called the colored girl, or the one time when I was at the gas station pregnant and some dude came up to me and told me to go back to where I came from and that I couldn't afford nice things, or my people couldn't afford nice things. Like, he was screaming it at me, all of these other people around, and no one said anything. They just kind of looked and they went on about their business. That's what I'm talking about, remaining neutral in a situation. When you know something is wrong, you need to stand up and you need to say something about it. That is what the conversation is about right now. I am encouraging you to stop and look at your life, to say, what can I do as a person to be better, to handle this situation a little bit better? Have you turned a blind eye before? Have you been sitting at a dinner table with your friends or your family and someone said an off comment that you kind of just blew off and didn't say anything about? Don't remain neutral. Take your time to stand up and to say something. And that's why I'm making this video now, because we need to seize the moment, and I can't ask you to use your voice if I'm not using mine. I want people to support the cause because it's something that they believe in, not something that is trendy, not because you want to save face or any of that. I want you to support the cause because this is wrong. We need to stand up. We need to seize the moment and let our voices be heard right now. We need everyone to stand together to make a change. My mom marched with Martin Luther King. My whole family is rooted in the Deep South. They know what it was like to be discriminated against. Their houses were burned, their churches were bombed, all of those things, so that we could live a better life than what we are experiencing right now. Those people did that then for a better future today. And it's sad that that's not what's happening right now. But right now, this is our moment that we can seize and we can make a difference. So people are saying, donate to these causes and do these things. But the real change starts within yourself. You need to look within yourself and say, this is what I'm going to do to make it better. And if you want, go donate to the NAACP or the legal defense funds and all of those things. You know, that's important. But right now, the change starts with each and every one of us, and we need to start speaking up about what is wrong. We need to focus on equality for everyone. But this is the moment we're having right now. We're having a moment about Black people in America. So let's seize this and let's grow it into a bigger thing so that there can be equality for everyone. All I can do is make the suggestions and you can make the decisions, and that is all I'm asking you to do. Thank you so much for watching my video. Give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.